Today I've decided to make something out of pistachio shells that I've collected for a long time now. I started out with a sketch of what I would like to work on. I'm going for a small tree-like structure with only flowers on it. To make the basic foundation for the tree, I'm using a binding wire. Bend the wire to make it look like branches and trunk of the tree. When I started out with the wire, I was planning on going to take two small pieces of wire and make it as a trunk, then attaching the branches to it. Instead, I chose to do this as the wire was getting quite hard to bend with hands. You can try different shapes as per your preference. Please make sure to use pliers to avoid injuring your hands. After I cut the 3 pieces of wire and bent them as shown in the video, I'm arranging them to tie them up with another piece of wire to make it look like a trunk. You need not worry about the shape of the branches. You can change them as per your choice even after tying them up. And make sure the branched wire is not coming your way, as it might injure your hands. I have used nothing else to bend the wire. Please do not do that. Instead, use a plier which is easy to work on to bend it as shown. Now I took some aluminum foil, wrapped it around the wire to give it some volume. Secure the sharp edges of the wire as well. Please make the base strong. In this case, I have not made the base strong, so I had to revisit that area, which you can see in the future part of the video. I had to make changes to the base later, so to avoid rework, make the base as strong as you can so that it can hold some weight. Wrap the foil around the wire as shown. Here in my case, the base is standing still because there is no weight on the branches. But once you start adding weight to it, it's not gonna hold for much longer. So I took mold it in my case and I've mixed the compounds together, which is resin and hardener. Clay can also be used instead of this. Please do not use bare hands like I did for this video. The compound sticks a lot to your hands and you will always have to wash your hands to remove it. Now take some pistachio shells and make it as a flower as I did in this video. You can also try making some leaves by just attaching 2 shells together, or can experiment with the other ways of making flower. Just decide before the compound turns hard. I used a lot of compound for this as the shells were not staying in place. You can try using a little by only adding it to the edges of the shell with some patience, and do not apply a lot of pressure and give it ample time to dry. So this is how I'm planning on placing the flowers to the tree. I'm not leaving any space between the flowers. You can choose otherwise based on your preference. And first I'm covering up the trunk with compound. Before applying the compound, make sure the foil is properly fixed to the trunk, otherwise the compound might not stay in place and you will find it difficult to work with the structure. Once we are done with the trunk, we will work with small portion of each branch so that we can make modifications at any point. We can bend as per our requirement, or we can make the alignment of branches with the trunk. So here I'm adding only few flowers per branch to check the balance of the tree. As I mentioned earlier, the base of the tree is not up to the point, so this is how I'm gonna make up to it. So by adding only few flowers per branch, I can later check out the balance and if the base is able to hold it in place or not. You can also see that some of the branches are little lengthy compared to those of other branches. We can make modifications at the end. Attach the flowers to the branch by applying the compound to all the sides of the flower. This way the flowers don't fall off, and repeat the process for the entire tree. You can see that the base is small and will not be able to balance the structure. Also, one of the branches moving. We will add some compound to let it stay in place. And the branches are not evenly distributed. And do not stick all the flowers together, as it might end up not being completely dry. Please take your time and attach a flower and wait until it's dried, then attach another flower. As you can see, the branch is moving. I'm adding a little compound to let it stay in place. I'm adding some flowers before working on the base. Now for widening the base, take a small piece of cardboard. You can cut it in any desired shape you want. I want to make it a circle. Attach the tree to the cardboard base using compound. Take small amounts of compound and attach the tree to the base in small sections. This allows you to make the base stronger. Here I left the excess wire without filling it with flowers. So I removed the foil and trimmed the excess wire. The edges are sharp, so take a small amount of compound and use it to secure the edges as shown in video. Yeah, so this is how the tree looks like after it is dried. It is not perfect, but I like the way it turned out. I sprayed it with some brown paint and let it dry. You can use any color you want. You can use different colors for each flower. You can paint the trunk brown. It all depends on your choice. Thanks for watching. Do let me know in the comment section if you like the video and if you have any new ideas to try with pistachio shells. I would definitely love to make another video based on your ideas. Thank you.